Hey, welcome back to another one of my crafty tutorials. I am Megan from meganplus5.com, and I'm going to show you how to make a rusty lid pumpkin from the mason jar lids. And a little fun fact about these were actually brand new mason jar lids. And I rusted them up myself in my kitchen, and I will show you in another video, not in this one today, but in another one, how you can do the same thing at home. So what you'll need for this tutorial is some rusty mason jar lids, a glue gun, some twine, some wire, and I picked this up from my local feed store, a stick, some wire cutters, pliers, some fabric, or you can use felt if you want to. I didn't have any on hand, so I'm just going to use fabric today, and then a pair of scissors. So, and then be sure to like this video if you really like it, and then also be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you never miss another one of my crafty tutorials. Okay, so I'm going to apologize in advance if I have to pause this video. It's because my 3-year-old needs me, and I am a mama first and a entrepreneur second, so just bear with me on that. All right, so here we go. You want to, first of all, gather your mason jar lids, and I'm using about 12 of these. If you want a fuller pumpkin, you'll want to use more, but I don't recommend using more than like 16 or 17 because I think that'll make it too full, and you won't be able to get like a really pretty round circle with it. And then when I do mine, I usually face my mason jar lids all going the same direction. So you just want to gather them up, grab some twine here, and then just start kind of feeding them into the twine here. Okay, and then once you have them all on here, I usually cut my twine down so that way I don't have to work with it attached to the roll. And then I'll just set that off because we don't need that. And then you need to pick it up, kind of make sure that they are kind of flat and even like that. And you want to use your stick as a gauge to see how wide you need this to be, or the center of it, to see how tight you need that center to be. So you just want to tie that. You want to make it fairly tight because it will come, not like super tight, but you know, tight enough to where it won't come undone or loosen up, because it will loosen up a little bit as you work with it. And then just tie that in a knot. And I usually do a couple of knots. And then you can cut that off. Okay, so then you want to take the stick out and then just kind of move these around. It's easier to do this when you don't have that stick in there, to move these around, because they don't want to go around the stick very easily. And then they'll just kind of keep moving because they're not flat, they're round, and so they want to kind of roll around and move a little bit. But I like the way that looks. Let me move this back so you can see it a little bit better. And then I usually try to make the front of it look a little bit better than the back, and your knot you want to put in the back. So this will be the back of it, and then this is the front. So I want the front to be a little more full than the back. Okay, and then you just want to put some hot glue on your stick, just a little bit. It doesn't need a lot. And then just kind of carefully place that in the center there. And it doesn't have to go all the way down to the bottom, because you do want it to stick out a little bit from the top. And then you can just move these around if you need. Okay. And then you want to take your wire, and I usually do a pretty long piece here, and this is what's going to be the little curly parts that come off of like a regular pumpkin. And then I don't measure it out, I just kind of cut it off there. And fold it in half so that you have it like that, because you're just gonna, it's easier if you just kind of stick it down in the pumpkin like that. And then just take your pliers and just twist it around. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And then just kind of pull it up. And then I'll trim these ends off of here. Now, if you wanted this to be more uniform looking, you could just wrap it around a pencil or something, but I kind of like them to where they aren't so uniform, so I just free hand it around the pliers. Okay. And then just want to trim off the ends. That, and then we'll just pinch this bottom piece together a little. And like I said, you can find this wire. I found mine at my local feed store. But my husband said they carry this at like Home Depot and stuff in the concrete section. I've never looked there for it, but he says it's there and he does construction, so I trust him. All right. And then just put some glue on the end. And then I usually will put this towards the back. So that way I can kind of hide where it's going in at. And then you don't have to do yours as long as I did mine, but I like them like that, so that's how I'm going to do mine. And then you just want to put a little bit of glue down in there to where these won't move. Not a ton, but just a little bit. And just be careful where you're putting the glue, because you don't want it to really be seen. And then you can just pick this stuff off of here. I'll have to go back in and take that out with a pair of tweezers, that string from the glue gun. So now you just want to take some glue and then put it around your stick here. And I need to get another glue stick. And then let that dry before you place it down, because you don't want the glue to drip down and get on your workspace. Once that's dry, you want to cut a circle out of your fabric. And then you just want it to pretty much cover this area right here. So if you want to, you can draw it out, but you don't have to do that. I think I'm just gonna make some little marks on mine here. Probably be better if I had a white pencil, but that's okay. I'll be able to see this. Okay. And this does not have to be perfect by any means. It's just going on the bottom and you won't be able to see it. All right, let's make sure this fits on here. All right, just put a new glue stick in and just put some glue around this edging right here. And then if you need to, you can always go back and glue in specific spots. If like a certain spot didn't get glued down, you could just like lift it up a little bit and then just put a little dab of that glue up there. And then just go back through. You might need to take a pair of tweezers, like I was saying earlier, and pull out some of the strings from the hot glue, because you might have some down in there that you don't want shown. But that's a pretty easy thing to pick up with tweezers, because your fingers won't be able to get down in there. So if you have any questions on how to make your own rusty mason jar lid pumpkin, please leave them below. And then if you enjoyed this crafty pumpkin tutorial, be sure to hit subscribe on my YouTube channel and like this video. And then also I'll leave it in the description below, but check out my crafty blog at meganplus5.com for even more crafty inspiration. All right, have a good day, guys. Bye.